Hey friends, welcome back to Homeschool-ology. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4. Currently, we have 8th grade, 4th grade, kindergarten, and pre-K, but for the upcoming school year, we will have our very first high schooler, and then 3 in elementary, so kindergarten, 1st, and 5th. So today's video is part of my Plan With Me series for the 2024-2025 school year, which will be our 10th year of homeschooling. And today we're talking all things budget. So this is my projected budget based on the curriculum choices that I have made. If you missed any of those videos, I have a playlist. I will link it. I will link it up in the cards, and I will link it down below for you guys. But it covers everything from my first step of looking at what worked and what didn't work and what we need to look for, through my curriculum picks, and then now this video, and it'll be, you know, for the whole planning process eventually. I'm still in the midst of that, so I've brought you along for all of it. So today's video, as I said, is budget. I'm going to pop up my computer screen here and show you what I do to budget for the upcoming school year. So let me get that set up. All right, so I use an Excel spreadsheet to calculate all this for me, and so let's take a look at what we have going on here. So I start by listing out the subjects that we're going to cover and what I'm buying curriculum for, and then I list per child what we are using and what I need to pick up. You can see that for my oldest, I need to pick up a lot more than I do for my youngers because I save my curriculum to use with my younger kiddos. So you can see that theirs is pretty inexpensive, what I need to cover for them. One thing I'm going to pop in here is I have the dash into learning. I'm going to pop that in real quick because I do have that program, and we're hopefully going to use it. And we're also going to use the Brave Writer Quill, which I also already own. And I just want to put that in there just so it looks like they are doing a little bit more than what it looked like before. So, but these are all the things that we're going to pick up and about how much they cost. So this is my projected plan of what things that I'm going to pick up. So you'll see, like, I have right by numbers on here. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick that up or not, but I want to know what I could potentially spend on all of these things. I've chosen to include their music lessons here as well, considering that curriculum. And so I don't know what my daughter is piano. We're still working on finding a piano teacher, so I don't know what that's going to cost yet. And for foreign language, she wants to do French. I haven't decided how we're going to do that yet. If we're going to use Florida Virtual School, or if we're just going to use like things like Babbel and Duolingo, or if we're going to get Rosetta Stone, or I'm not sure yet. So I don't know that cost, so I just put a question mark in for it. It's not going to mess up any of your calculations that you put into Excel if you put a question mark, so don't worry about that. And then here I've summed up my curriculum cost only. So if I buy everything on this list, if it has a 0, I either already purchased it or it's free. But this, if I buy everything on this list, the curriculum is going to cost me about $1,300. This year, what I've done, usually at that point I just stop and then I put in like a miscellaneous category for like things like paper and other things that we're going to purchase throughout the year. But this year we're trying to be a little bit better budgeting wise, and so I wanted to go ahead and include all of our like expenses for homeschooling. One of those expenses this year, we're getting Homeschool Planet. I have videos coming up on that, so don't worry about that. And then I did include my miscellaneous category for things like paper and all that good stuff. And then for, I also included our co-op costs. So that's not something I included in my budget before, but we're trying to get like a more well-rounded picture of where our spending goes. And so I wanted to make sure I included that here, that we have, and this is for the whole year, what it's going to cost us. So I have a grand total here of almost $4,000. So yeah, homeschooling's not super cheap. But we have kind of like, I feel like a mid-range budget. I try not to buy curriculum that's too overly expensive. We do have some pieces that are costly, but they work so well for us that it's worth the investment. But I am able to keep the curriculum that I use. That's something that's very important to me, is that it's something that I can keep for further years, because then I'm spreading that budget out further. In a few years, when my oldest daughter graduates, we pretty much might have everything we need to keep homeschooling, minus some like workbooks and things like that. So this year, I also have made a few other adjustments. So last year, I added this actual spending sheet just to keep track of like what I actually purchased, because even though I have things on my projected budget, sometimes we don't actually end up purchasing them, or we end up purchasing maybe something that I didn't plan to purchase, which I usually go and add that into my projected budget. But anything like that, I want to see what we actually spent. So I did add this actual spending tab. And so as you can see, I haven't bought anything yet, so it's empty right now. But for something else that I did was I broke it down to cost per cart. So meaning like what I'm going to spend at each and every place that I need to purchase curriculum. So we purchase a lot of stuff through Rainbow Resources. They really do have a decent cost, and it's something where I can get everything all at once. Shipping is usually free because I'm buying, a certain amount of things. And so it's just, even though it's not necessarily my favorite place to shop, because it can be kind of difficult to shop there, I still use it. We still really like it. Their customer service is great. I've never had any issues with anything. So we get most of our like workbooky stuff from Rainbow Resources, but then I have things like Denison Math is its own website, Brave Writer is its own website, Michael Clay Thompson is its own website. Microscope stuff I'm getting from Amazon this year, so that's what that is. And then the Homeschool Planet, that is what I'm going to be getting. And so you can see here, this doesn't match up with the other one, because there's other things that I'm either waiting to purchase or I'm not sure I'm purchasing. And this doesn't include their like lessons, like their ukulele and piano lessons, because that's something that doesn't, that comes out of our other budget, even though I put it here because it aligns with educating our children. It comes, it's not something I put here. So, and then in July, we are going to have to pay for our co-op. So I wanted to make sure I put that here. So this is like what I'm looking at for the next few months, so that we can make sure when we're doing our, household budget, that are able to add these things in. And so I can buy them a little bit at a time, rather than, purchasing everything all at once, because that's what works for our budget. If it works for your budget and you can just buy everything all at once. I know some other YouTubers, like they just have an account and then they just purchase everything all at once. That works. For us, we kind of break it up over a couple of weeks, a couple of payments, so that it's not like such a hit to our budget all at one time, which is, it's how you do your budgeting. That's what works here. But this Excel spreadsheet is something that has been super helpful for me. It helps me keep track of like what we're going to do, what I need to pick up, how, it's keeping me really organized. And I feel like this page, this cost per cart page, was a new one that I'm doing. And I feel like it's been really helpful as far as like we're setting out, we're going to buy Rainbow Resources this week, and then we're going to buy Denison Math that week, and then we're going to buy, as things go along, when those things are going to come out of our personal budget. So that, and then this actual spending is just so you can see what you actually spent. This one I normally update you on, like once the school year has started, I'll come back and redo this budget and show you what I thought I was going to spend and what I actually spent as far as like curriculum. Now, some of this other stuff down here in this, other category that I've added isn't going to happen until, like we pay for co-op per semester. So some of it's not going to come out until, December. That is what we're looking at here. You might have noticed a few things have changed since I did my curriculum pick videos. I'm not sure that we're getting this anymore, but I've left it in my budget for now, and it's probably going to be the last thing I pick up if I decide to pick it up, because I have started like going through the layers of learning. Let me put that on here. It's not even on here. Layers of learning writers workshop. And that we already own, and I'm liking it pretty well. So we're just gonna keep that one, and it's free. And so I might not even get these two. I'm not sure. And then I went back and looked at the Michael Clay Thompson. Guys, apparently when I printed it at the beginning of the year, I just didn't print like a whole section of the curriculum, and it does cover grammar, writing, and literature all in it. I had originally planned to get some Brave Writer darts for my daughter, but I'm not going to because it's covered in the Michael Clay Thompson. I may still pick them up if I feel like she wants to do them, wants to read something a little bit more for fun kind of thing, but we'll see. And then if you'll see here, I do put in like books. Like I know we're going to buy books to do the Brave Writers, and I know we're going to buy books for history. So I make sure I put those in, or at least a little bit of money here, just so I can see that that's something that's going to be coming out. And that's another reason why this cost per cart doesn't agree with my actual projected budget. If you have any questions about this, or if you don't know how to set up an Excel worksheet and you want me to show you how to do that, where it'll calculate everything for you, or anything like that, let me know down in the comments, and I'll be happy to answer them any way that I can, or the best way that I can, or point you in the right direction for finding your answers. And if you have any other concerns about, budgeting, or I know I have some videos coming up that are going to be like creating free curriculum. So those, if you want to see those videos when they come out, make sure you've hit that subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. The notification bell will tell you when those videos come out. And let's see, anything else I want to share with you guys today? If you have tips on like things that you like to do with your budgeting, I would love for you to share those down below. And I really do think that's it. So if you want to come along with us on our homeschooling journey, you can check us out over on Instagram at Homeschool-ology. And I think that's it for me today. So I hope you'll come back and chat with me again real soon, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.